Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Hey everybody, welcome back to Seattle College's Conversations With. We are here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. How's it going?
It's good. Ahlan wa salam. Welcome.
Ahlan, hey, thanks. Hey, you speak Arabic?
Shway, a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you study at university?
I studied it when I lived here. So I lived in Saudi for a little over a year. I've lived in Kuwait. I've lived in Egypt. So off and on I've studied it over the years, but never mastered it, of course.
Wow. Impressive. But hey guys, let's find out who we're even talking to here. We want to welcome Arizona State University. Dun, dun, dun.
Forks up.
Forks up. Big Division I school down in the southwest part of the United States. Why don't you tell everybody who you are, what you do for Arizona State University, and then we'll just go from there.
That sounds great. Thanks for having me. First of all, delighted to be with you. I'm Chris Johnson. I head up Global Partnership Development at Arizona State University. Previously, I was the head of international recruitment, so helping international students all over the world find their way to their dream educational career at ASU in the desert, where we don't have rain and we don't have snow. I have been in this line of work for 25 years at lots of different institutions, but I've been with ASU for about 4.5. Wow. And love working with the students from community colleges. I'm an instructor part-time at a community college and have worked with Seattle colleges for probably 20 years. So super glad to be with you and talk to your students.
Well, what do you teach at a community college?
I teach political science.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Like any particular angle?
The gamut, mostly first year courses, so American politics, global politics, things like that.
And is that in the Phoenix area that you do that?
I do, yeah. I teach at part-time for a community college in the northwest part of Phoenix.
So which community college would that be?
Glendale, the Arizona Glendale, not
right.
California Glendale.
Not the California.
Yeah.
Well, we have Chris on here because Arizona State is one of our tag partners. And if you start your education with Seattle colleges, you do your first 2 years, then you can transfer off to another institution. We want you to consider Arizona State. Why? Why wouldn't they just go 2 subway stops down the road to University of Washington? Why would they go all the way down to Arizona State?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, I think it's important to say, Arizona State has a lot to offer. There are many universities that have a lot to offer. So certainly no shade at any other institution. But here comes the shade.
Here comes the shade, yeah.
No, I'm not going to shade on any others. But a couple of things why Seattle students should be considering Arizona State. First of all, ASU makes it incredibly easy to transfer. Our My Path to ASU tool is arguably one of the best, if not the best in the business. Students sign up on MyPath, they plug in their Seattle courses and their grades, and the system tells them exactly what they have to take. So each semester all the way through. There's no guessing, there's no uncertainty. We've already articulated most of the courses from Seattle, and they're already in our database, which has over 1.5 million courses from thousands of institutions around the world. So one, we make it easy. Two, we have all kinds of programs. ASU has over 400 programs for the bachelor's level. So you want engineering, we've got 100 of those. You want business, we've got 50 of those, and the list goes on and on. Third, scholarships. Transfer students are eligible for ASU transfer scholarships, both for international and for domestic students. So we make it worth your while financially to come down to Arizona and complete your degree. And the fourth thing I'll say is ASU is really focused on student success, student outcomes. Our charter talks about we measure ourselves not by who we exclude, but by who we include and how they succeed. And so we know from other institutions, students sometimes struggle. They can't get the classes they need. They can't finish in 4 years. That's not a problem at ASU. We have the classes to be able to move students through. Last year, we had about 28,000, if my memory serves me, transfer students.
What?
We know how to do this and do it well. And working together with Seattle and ASU, it can be a really seamless transition towards achieving your dream educational career.
Right. So Arizona State usually comes to our transfer fairs. They come and you can talk to them in person, both in the fall and in the winter. But you mentioned a tool. Is this a tool that the student goes on and uses, or is this something their transfer advisor would use for them on their behalf?
So it can be both, but it's designed for the student.
Okay.
So it's very simple. You sign up, little bit of information. As part of that, if you sign up, it's called My Path to, the number 2, ASU. As part of signing up for that and doing certain things along the way, you can also earn micro scholarships.
What?
That count towards your tuition bill. So we make it financially worth your while to take advantage of it. But don't take my word for it. Go to the site, look at one of the videos, and see how easy it is to map out exactly what your plan of study would be, what courses you need to take, when you need to take them, so that you can start doing that in your first semester at Seattle. So you don't have to wait until the end of your 4th semester or 6th quarter, as the case may be, and think about that transfer. You can lay the groundwork knowing that's where you're thinking about going and know exactly what the plan's going to be.
So maybe the plan is we're going to go to Seattle. We're going to see what Seattle's all about. You discover maybe the weather isn't what I thought it was going to be, or maybe Seattle's not the kind of city I was looking for. That's okay. It's not for everybody. Go down to the desert, have a whole different experience. Or maybe you plan it from the start. Maybe you say, oh, I just want to have a 2 regional experience. I want to try this out and then see a whole different part of the United States. So if they know that's their plan, at what point do you recommend that they reach out to an advisor at ASU to kind of help them understand the process?
For sure. I think the earlier the better.
Yeah, I do too.
One thing that I really want to stress is that it's really important for students to complete their AA or AS with Seattle prior to transfer. There's just so much benefit in getting that extra credential. But that being said, I think, certainly, after a year ahead of time is not a bad time frame, only because of special scholarships, other special programs that you can take advantage of by planning ahead. But you can literally start it any time. So you could start it today. Literally today, My Path to ASU, and map out what that journey would look like so that as you're picking your classes with your advisor at Seattle, okay, I know these classes are going to count for these things, and I can be very comfortable and know I'm following the plan.
All right. Okay, so you mentioned everybody's always interested in money, of course, and you mentioned quite a bit of quite a opportunity there for these students. Could you give a little more detail about how much they might be able to get, the process of applying for these scholarships, or are they automatically considered? Can you go into that?
Absolutely. So most of the scholarships at ASU, there's no special application. You're automatically considered. It's based on your GPA. It's based on other factors depending on whether you're a domestic student or an international student. The range of those scholarships is roughly from $3,000 to $10,000, renewable for a second year, so 4 semesters kind of deal.
Makes sense.
And depending on your major and the kind of experience you want to have, you can also attract additional scholarships on top of those by choosing programs at certain of our campuses. So this is probably a good point where I make the Baskin-Robbins analogy.
All right.
Often people think of a university like ASU or Washington State, Wazoo, as one thing, right? ASU is many different flavors on the ice cream bar. You want big school, marching band, D1 football experience, that's our Tempe campus. Mm-hmm. You want to be in an urban environment, surrounded by tall buildings, lots of pavement, lots of opportunities, that's our downtown campus. Yeah. Maybe you want something a little more small, intimate, right, with about 5,000 students. That would be our West Valley campus, where we still have 140 majors, all the services at every other campus. West Valley and our Poly campus for this year have an additional $2,000-3,000 scholarship on top of the main scholarship. Now, of course, everything with scholarships subject to change, without notice, the usual caveats.
Sure.
But we really feel strongly that ASU has an experience and a flavor of an experience that's right for many different kinds of students.
Sure. So students that aren't familiar with the geography of Phoenix, West Valley is a different part of the city, or is it all part of Tempe?
No. So Phoenix is the main metropolitan area. So to put it in a Seattle context, Phoenix would be the Seattle, but then Tempe might be, I'm thinking of my Seattle geography, but it might be a Bellevue or a Renton.
Gotcha.
And our West Valley might be an Everett, and our Polytechnic might be Tacoma, or not quite that spread out. Generally it takes about an hour between our furthest campuses. But just to give you an idea of the flavor and the experiences that we have.
Right. So the downtown one is actually downtown Phoenix or downtown Tempe?
Downtown Phoenix.
Okay. So
yeah.
Hey, you can be down in the big city there.
Absolutely. You can have access to all the professional sports. You're literally 3 blocks away from the baseball stadium, the indoor stadium where the basketball teams and the concerts come. You're close to the state capitol. If you're interested in public affairs, you're close to the headquarters of all the big businesses that are downtown. Our downtown campus specializes in pre-professional programs, health sciences, public service, but our world-class School of Global Management, the Thunderbird School of Global Management, is also downtown. So there's a lot of great experiences. Not every campus has every major. Mm-hmm. It's important to note.
Okay.
But even at West Valley, which is nominally a smaller campus, we still have 140 programs to choose from.
It's crazy, yeah.
So, and I always challenge students, find me a school or a campus with 5,000 students that offers 140 majors.
Right.
And you can't do it.
Right. So, in Seattle, our 5 top majors, engineering, computer science, blah, blah, blah. What are your top 3 or 5 majors?
It's going to be very much the same. Computer science, engineering of various types. We're getting a lot of interest in data science, in cyber, and then, of course, a lot of the business programs, marketing, management, international business. Data analytics is really a hot one for international students. And, of course, I mentioned earlier, ASU has dozens of engineering programs. So if you want aeronautical engineering all the way down to unmanned autonomous vehicles engineering and most things in between, we've got that for you.
Right. Do you have the businesses in the Phoenix area to offer OPT after they finish up?
Absolutely. And you can actually go on our website and you can see a report of where ASU students are doing their CPTs and OPTs and who are the biggest employers. And they're companies that you would know, Amazons and Microsofts, and ASU's a big CPT and OPT employer as well.
I didn't know Microsoft had a campus down in Phoenix.
Most of the big tech companies have a strong presence in Phoenix. We all know historically Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Arizona is becoming Silicon Desert.
Okay.
So most of the major chip manufacturers in the world have opened or have expanded facilities in Arizona. Advanced manufacturing around it, EV batteries and things like that, EV car manufacturing has moved into Arizona. And so the folks that provide the software that runs all of that are also coming to Arizona.
Right. So you mentioned aeronautical engineering. We get a lot of people interested in that particular field because of Boeing. What are any big aerospace companies in the Phoenix area?
A lot of them have a strong presence in the Phoenix area. None of them are headquartered there, right?
Okay.
We haven't managed to lure Boeing to Arizona yet, but give us time.
Yeah.
But Boeing is certainly there in a substantial way. Airbus is there. Embraer is there.
Oh, Airbus
Northrop Grumman is there.
Cool.
And then the companies that supply components like Lockheed Martin and so forth.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Phoenix is a big city, right? How many people?
5 million.
Oh, that's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 5 million people. It's really grown over the last, 10, 20 years?
It's been the fastest growing city in the country for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with that many people, lots to do. Just, in Seattle, we have all kinds of things downtown, a lot of touristy kinds of stuff. What do you guys got to offer in the whole greater Phoenix area?
Yeah, I mean, we've got, all the things you would expect at a big city, like the sports, the concerts, the entertainment. We're very much a Western city, so if you want to get a taste of cowboy culture, you can go and ride a mechanical bull, you can put on your cowboy hat. Mm-hmm. We also, like Washington, have great mountains. We have one of the 7 wonders of the world in the Grand Canyon, just up the road about 3 hours away. You can go visit. So you want the outdoors, we've got that. If you want to, go and experience those dark desert skies, we've got that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Four Corners is not too far away. It's a great place. Actually, Arizona is just a really amazing state. Lots of natural beauty. So if you end up not appreciating Washington for what it has to offer, Arizona is amazing. I went to school just down the street from you guys. We won't talk about that too much, but Arizona State's a really great school. You did mention basketball. I have so many students that come to Seattle, and they're a little bit sad that we don't have an NBA team. You guys do.
We do. We have an NBA team and a WNBA team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and our NBA team... the last couple of years have not been its best. Our WNBA team, as of the time of this recording, was playing for the WNBA championship.
Hey.
I don't know how it's going to turn out, but basketball is serious stuff in Arizona.
Right. And even if you're not a big Phoenix fan, you can watch them play some of your favorite teams.
Absolutely.
LA's not very far away, and so that's a really good play. That's really great.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about housing. Students, they have 3 options at Seattle colleges. You must have a number of options as well, I'm guessing. Can you explain what you guys have to offer?
Sure. Yeah, so most of our transfer students choose to live off campus in apartments and things like that. Mm-hmm. We do have on-campus transfer accommodation. It is limited, so that early application and that early sort of getting on the list is really important. We have a few students who want homestays, and those are an option as well. We don't get many takers for that, but that is a possibility. The vast majority, though, are in off-campus apartments.
Right. If they do end up going with a homestay option, do they have to work with an agency, or do you guys help set it up?
We refer them to an agency that helps them set it up.
Very good.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. What about public transportation within the city of Phoenix? In Seattle, in my opinion, we have such great public transportation. How is it getting around such a big city like Phoenix?
I won't lie, most of the students come with cars in some fashion or another.
Okay.
But Tempe itself has really good public transportation. Phoenix has very good public transportation. So, we have light rail, we have buses, ride shares, van pools, all the different things. When you go more to the outlying, the public transit hasn't developed yet as fast as the cities have developed. But if you're a student in Tempe or downtown or even at the other campuses, you don't have to have a car. You can still access. ASU has a fleet of its own shuttle buses that circulate between all the campuses. So if you want to live in Tempe but take a major at one of the other campuses, you totally can do that. And these are primo coach buses, leather seats, Wi-Fi, plugins, bathrooms. They're state-of-the-art. They run 6 a.m. to midnight. So if you want to go to a concert downtown, great. Take one of the ASU shuttles. You're 3 blocks away.
Oh, that's cool.
Go to the show, take the shuttle home. It's awesome.
What about Amtrak? Does Amtrak come through Phoenix?
Sadly, we don't have Amtrak.
I thought you guys
do
did.
not have Amtrak.
Oh, interesting.
They keep talking about it. But right now, Amtrak crosses the northern part and the southern part, but not
Leaves
Phoenix and the central part. But Sky Harbor is one of the 10 biggest airports in the United States.
It's true.
And it's one of the 20 biggest in the world. It's, as of last year, at the time we're recording this, it was number 17 in the world.
Right.
So you can get anywhere in the world, normally one stop from Phoenix.
Unless it's 125 degrees outside, then sometimes the planes are a little delayed.
That is true. That is true. But thanks to our friends at Boeing and their hot weather testing that they do in places like Arizona, that happens very rarely. Maybe one day a year.
Yeah. Average temp in Arizona, in Phoenix?
Depends on the time of year.
All right, let's say July.
July's going to be toasty.
It's going to be really toasty.
We're going to be, I'm going to put this in metric equivalents. We're going to be high 30s, low 40s.
Oh, okay.
It's not unheard of that we'll get up to the high 40s and even touch 50.
Wow.
Evenings will drop down into high 20s, low 30s typically. It is a desert, so we have no humidity.
It's really nice.
So it cools off very nicely in the evening. Our best weather is really October till April, and we'll see temperatures typically mid-20s by day, upper teens, mid-teens in the evening.
Right.
Super comfortable, lovely to be there.
So what I've noticed being in Riyadh and Jeddah earlier, Jeddah's a little more humid, but Riyadh, pretty dry. Feels like Arizona here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yes, very dry. Very
so
dry.
If you're a student from this region, you'll feel very much at home in Arizona.
I don't have the data to prove it, but having been in this line of work for many, many years, Arizona is the top destination for students from the Middle East.
Is it?
Historically, yes. Whether they actually study there or not, but because the similarity of the weather and the warm welcome, the fact that we have 163 countries represented on campus, and certainly for the Middle Eastern region, we have significant populations from every country, pretty much every country in the region. So a student who goes to Seattle, who's from Oman, transfers to ASU, they're going to find an Omani community, or Saudi, or Kuwaiti, or Emirati, or the list goes on and on.
So I'm guessing there must be mosques nearby. Do you have prayer rooms on campus? Do you have...
Both. Yeah. So the campus mosque for Tempe is just a block away from the main campus. It's not physically on the campus property, but it's literally 1 block away. And we have prayer rooms in most of the academic buildings, believe it or not.
What about like a, I don't know what you call it, like a MENA student association, or you have clubs?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We've got a large MENA association, but because of the size of our communities from the MENA countries, each of them has their own fairly strong association. So there's a Saudi association, an Omani association, and a Kuwaiti association.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Emiratis and so forth.
Yeah. They go out and rumble, probably, the Kuwaitis versus the...
I have not seen that myself, but I'm usually not on campus after 5:30, 6 o'clock. So what happens when the lights go down?
Yeah,
I
right.
can't comment.
Maybe out on the football field.
Maybe, yeah.
When I
yeah.
say football, I mean soccer.
Soccer.
Of course. Yeah.
For sure.
Very cool. Yeah, what about sports? You know, when I went to school, we had a really great outdoor adventure program. So you didn't need a car. They could either maybe take you up skiing or they take you out rock climbing. Do you guys have something like that?
Absolutely. Virtually every weekend there's a trip to go somewhere,
Yeah.
either run out of the International Student Office or out of the campus recreation and health and wellness programs. So you want to go skiing, great. They'll hook you up with the transport, with the lessons if you need them, with the equipment if you need that. If you want to go, mountain biking, hiking, if on long weekends and things like that, they'll do trips to LA, they'll go to Las Vegas. There's so many things to do, and it's all so close by.
All right. Well, it all sounds great, but the big thing that I always get asked when people come to my table, they're like, all right, how much does it cost? So let's talk tuition and fees for Arizona State.
Yeah, so at the time we're recording, tuition is about $35,000 a year. There's a few fees that are on top of that, but that generally covers most of it. Living expenses, insurance, flights home, pizza money, and so forth adds another 25 or so thousand. So for an international student, you're looking at an I-20 number in the low 60,000 range before scholarships.
Gotcha.
So, and then the scholarships would help bring that down.
Bring that down.
Yeah.
But when they're coming from, say, Seattle colleges, they would just work with their DSO, I'm guessing, to help transfer that I-20 down to you guys. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we make it super easy. The DSO at the home campus of Seattle just has to put in our school code, and our team picks up that a record's been transferred, and we do the rest.
And then poof,
Yeah.
off you
It's
go.
magic.
Yeah, it is off.
Yeah.
You guys are not on a quarter system?
We are not. We follow the semester calendar.
Gotcha.
So two long semesters. So instead of a 10-week quarter, we have a 15-week semester. So we start mid-August, run till late November, early December, and then we kick off again second week of January, roughly, and wrap up last week of May, roughly, or last week of April, roughly. And then, of course, we have a summer semester.
You do?
Yeah.
Is it 2 summer sessions or just 1 summer session?
All of our semesters have double sessions.
Oh.
So within our, let's say, fall, we have the 15-week session, but we also have 2 7.5-week sessions. And we do the same thing in the summer. In the summer, I think they're 6-week sessions rather than 7.5 weeks, but same basic idea.
So I've never even heard of this. So what are they, accelerated classes then? If you
They
do
are.
So do they take a smaller load, or is it the same number of classes?
The credit value is the same, whether it's a 7.5 week or a 15 week or a 6 week. So as long as you get to the 12 credits or 15 credits or whatever you need to be at per semester, it doesn't matter whether you do all 15-week courses or you do a mix of 7.5 week and 15 week. It's really about you, your journey, your classes, your schedule, your life, what works best for you, and we try to have a lot of different options for students.
Right. All right. So once they get there, when they're at Seattle colleges, they get academic advisors. We have an international programs office where they can go to the front desk to get help. I can only imagine you guys have a very robust assistance program.
We do. So part of the way our orientation works is that the students are involved in the academic orientation alongside the rest of their orientation stuff. So typically, international students will have their classes set up long before they ever set foot on campus.
Oh, okay.
But there's a robust program that brings together academic advising, international student advising, but also just general student advising, student welcome, student activities, so that there's really sort of this 3-pronged approach to supporting every student and helping them be successful in their journey. It's usually let me phrase this a little differently. There are so many people who want to help at ASU. Sometimes it's a little challenging to know who's the right person to ask which question.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Guys, we are running out of time. I want to give you the opportunity to tell them whatever I didn't ask you. Sometimes I don't know what I don't know. So what have I left off? What do they need to know about coming to ASU that I haven't asked you about?
The thing that I would sort of bring up for ASU is a different kind of school. We've been ranked #1 in innovation the last 10, 11 years running. And that's a ranking and big deal about that. But what underlies it and why it's important is this philosophy of we educate for the future. We point to the future. We're constantly adapting to the future. So students sometimes get frustrated. They can't find the traditional degree names they're looking for. We have those degrees. We've rebranded them because the market has told us this is where we need to go. We use a ton of technology. We're not hiding from technology. We're running forward with technology because we know the students of today and tomorrow, that's the world they're going to graduate into and work into. So we need to prepare them. It's just a different way of doing education. But if you're looking for an education that's going to give you the tools, the preparation to be successful for the future, ASU can do it. And don't take my word for it. Big survey was done last year. ASU was ranked in the top 35 universities in the world by employers as being desirable. We're #2 for public universities in the US, but in the top 35 for the world. And that includes the Harvards, the Yales, the MITs, the Cambridge, the Oxfords. We're in that conversation.
Wow.
ASU is not a traditional university in that sense. We're providing access and excellence, and we're doing it at scale.
Nice.
So lots of things that are different about ASU.
All right, guys. Well, if you do 2 years with us or a year, whatever, at Seattle colleges, then you're looking for a good place to transfer, give these guys a thought. Shout out to Chris. I'm guessing you're available. Email, website. Do you want to give them your website?
Sure, yeah. I mean, the place to start, two websites, asu.edu, of course. The other one I mentioned earlier, My Path to ASU. Check that one out and find out about how easy we make it to transfer and the extra scholarships you can potentially get.
There you go. Just real fast, does he have a name?
That is Sparky the Sun Devil.
Sparky the Sun Devil.
Sparky the Sun Devil, yes.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Sparky, he was drawn by a former Disney animator.
What?
And the urban legend is that his face was drawn based on Walt Disney.
What? I've never heard that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, come down and meet Sparky. Check out, if they want to come, let's say they just, they come to Seattle colleges, they've been there 6 months. They still have some time to go, but they want to go tour some campuses. Do you guys give tours?
Absolutely. Just go to visit.asu.edu. You can find out about our hosted tours, our self-hosted tours, our online tours. Come when you are, as you are, how you are. We've got tours many of the days of the week.
Go check it out. It's worth going down. If nothing else, you'll get a suntan and
little vitamin
enjoy
D,
vitamin D.
Winter.
Get you through the long winter in Seattle. Craig, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having
me.
Appreciate it.
Really
Really appreciate you and all the great work that you do for the students at the Seattle colleges. It's such a pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We're here every Wednesday. Keep coming back. We've got schools that we interview. We've got students that we interview. We want to help you understand the international student life and the process, living in the United States. We want to make your life easy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, come back every Wednesday. Take care. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Forks up, go Devils.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.